Hi guys, welcome to my channel, Soulight Hypnotherapy. My name is Kirsten. I have another Trump reading for you. This is what's around the Trump presidency for the week of August 20th through the end of the month. This is a general reading. I didn't ask any specific questions. I just asked for 3 events surrounding the Trump presidency that could come up and be of interest to us this week. And whatever messages God gives me to share, those are the messages I will deliver. Of course, you guys know that there could be many, many more events or issues coming up besides these 3. But this is what I've been given to share. Also, my readings are layered. One section can stand for a person, but it can also stand for other individuals as well at the same time. So it's like reading 4 or 5 different stories at the same time. So you have to bear that in mind, and just keep in mind that it's the energy that will play out, and it's guesswork who the energy applies to. But since it's such a close time frame, we'll see as events unfold over the news who exactly these energies will apply to. For instance, last week I did a reading on QAnon, and even though that reading still applies to that issue, the rumor of QAnon, it also applied very much to the Pennsylvania priest molestation issue that came up that goes way far back, and the pedophile ring. So it definitely called that out in the reading. It's clear as day. So that's the example I'm trying to give you guys so you understand how my readings work, okay? So that being said, please hit the like button. Please hit the notification bell if you want to be notified when I put up new readings. This will be a full reading, but some of my readings will only be partially available to YouTube subscribers, and full readings will be available to my Patreon subscribers. I did a reading on Omarosa this week that's really juicy, but it's only available to my Patreon subscribers. I advise you to please check it out. It's really, really good. So become a Patreon subscriber. The link is in my description box. And if you'd like to contribute or support the channel, there's a donate button on the home page. Thank you for everyone who has contributed and for all of your comments and positive feedback. I thank you. All right, that being said, let's start the reading. What's around Trump this week to the end of the month? I've got the Knight of Swords. I'm using the 12 Chairs Tarot, the Sibilla and Divina, and some Lavera Sibilla. But I've got the Knight of Swords here. Traditionally, Knight of Swords looks more like this, right? Someone who's got their sword out and they've got it drawn and they're running in to battle. I just wanted to show you that image because that energy is still here, even though it's not really depicted in this card. But the Knight of Swords tells me that as an event, someone is going to be very aggressive and determined, have a lot of desire to go forth and alter their circumstances quickly. And they may be trying to force it or force their will upon a situation or a person as they go into battle. So there could be some big news coming in fast at the beginning of this week. Someone is going to be very determined, and they're, like I said, they're going into battle and they have their sword out, right, to attack, to accuse. They're making accusations and they're going in for the kill. Here, someone is accusing someone of the words they said, of the deeds they committed, right? So this could be a trial. This could be someone accusing another person of wrongdoing outside of a trial, you know. Also, someone is guilty. See how they're guilty? They're just kind of like, there's nothing they can say or do. They're guilty of the crimes that they are being accused of, that they're being, that they've got proof of. They've got proof of it. Okay, whenever I have a paper card, a paper in a card, there's proof of it. There's proof of someone's guilt. So all this person can do is just clasp their hands, look up at their accuser, and not say anything, except their tongue lashing, or accept the accuser's words. Sorry about the phone. Because they know that they're at fault. Whoever or whatever this applies to, The person who's being accused is guilty, okay? Whether they accept that or not, they are. And I clarified this with the sincere friend card. Hold on, let me turn this phone off. Clarified that with a sincere friend card. However, sincere friend came out reversed. So, sincere friend, this involves a treacherous friend when she's reversed. Whatever the situation, it's a treacherous friend who may be doing the accusing, or a treacherous friend who's being accused. Could be both, right? So someone is driven by personal interest. That's who this is. Someone who's being driven by their personal interest. And they may be sharing confidences and gossip obtained inappropriately for the purpose of creating damage to the one being accused. So I feel like this is specifically calling out Omarosa, but it also could be talking about Manafort in his trial. And also Trump wanting to go into battle and to attack his accusers, right? Because there's two energies here. One of, what can I say? I'm guilty. I am guilty. But there's also, I'm going for the attack as well. So I feel like there's two energies being played out here. All right, let's keep it going. Next we have the Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands reversed. This is the event. This is what it, or who it might involve. This is Trump's action or reaction, and this section here is where it's all headed. These events may not all resolve themselves within this week's period of time, but the seeds are planted this week, and so that is what I'm referring to. So this Queen of Wands, upright, this is a very beautiful, sexy woman who's very confident. She knows what she's doing, and she has a lot of poise and grace, and she's able to get things done. She makes a lot of demands, and she could usually when she shows up, there may be intimacy here, or she's someone who helps you with your work. A passionate woman. All right. Could also just be an energy. The same energy could apply to a male gender. I clarified her with the Ladro card. So like I'm saying, this could be a woman or a male or both, right? But Queen of Wands came out reversed. So when she's reversed, she's a mean, spiteful, angry, jealous, manipulative, vindictive, pissed off, vicious woman. She, or this energy, is very daring. See how she's daring to walk this rope? She's very daring, or she could be daring someone to try her. She could be calling someone's bluff, or daring someone to call her bluff. Either way, she's got her claws out, and she's going in for the kill. She's digging for blood, right? When she's reversed. The Queen of Wands upright is your friend, and she helps you out, and she's loyal. She's a good friend. She's motivated by her own self-interest, but she's still a good friend. But when she's reversed, you done pissed her off, and she's not your friend no more. This is a serious enemy, okay? So watch out. And it's obviously Omarosa, but it could also stand for, because it's in red, and for me, my regular listeners know that for me, red could stand for Russia, for Putin, for a woman who's of, not a upright reputation, maybe someone who's a prostitute. And it could also stand for the Republicans because of the red, So this woman, or this person, this energy, is making or accusing the air sign person, which could be Trump, of Russia involvement, because there's intimacy with this woman. When she's upright, if it's like a relationship, it's a pretty good relationship. The sex is good, right? Reverse is dirty sex, so it's like a dirty relationship, a dirty in bed in a dirty way with Russia. So this energy is accusing the air sign of being in bed with Russia, and I clarified, and I got the Thief card, right? The Thief card can stand for a few things. Could stand for a criminal defense lawyer, could stand for someone's defense in a trial. Someone is defending themselves against criminal activity or accusations. So either of these energies, the female or the male energy, could be defending themselves against criminal accusations. And whoever is accusing them is coming at them very hard, coming in for the attack, right? Ready to kill. And it's intense. It's intense. And the press is fired up about this, right? On another note, I feel like this person, the Queen of Wands reversed, along with the Thief, is accusing another of being a criminal, false, deceptive, and also mentally confused. Trump. They're accusing Trump. This person is accusing Trump of being false, deceptive, and mentally confused. Most likely they are accusing Trump of this. And this is no enemy to trifle with. They are very clever, they are very sneaky, and they are outsmarting you, Trump. But this energy can also go vice versa. So this person, this energy, needs to be careful because they could be being spied on, and they should tread carefully as well. They're on a thin rope. So the Queen of Wands energy reversed is going to share some gossip about someone's secrets, what was obtained inappropriately. They're going to share gossip about what someone got away with, right? And how they stole from the American people. I've got the Empress card here. The Empress for me is America. For some readers, the Empress is Russia. For me, the Empress is America, the land of the free and land of opportunity. Okay. Now everybody reads differently, but this is my show, and that's how I read it. So, this energy could be Omarosa, could be someone else. I just, I want to leave it open. But they're going to share some gossip about how this energy that's guilty stole from the American people and from the American system. We got the Seven of Cups here. Their choices and decisions. Their rightful choices and decisions. So like in the election. So, and they're going to be sharing how this energy conned the American people and is still conning them and conning the system. And they have even more lies and schemes yet to put into effect. And it was so easy for them to con their base. It was so easy for them to con them because they're still conning them. And this is what the Queen is going to want to share, right? The Queen energy is going to want to share. So we're going to see more Omarosa, I believe, this week. Which is good. I mean, did anyone pay attention? We've got all these distractions with Brennan, which is a very serious issue. Omarosa has proof, guys, that Trump knew about the WikiLeaks. So Omarosa basically has proof that Trump colluded with a foreign government to affect our election. That's major news. It's not being discussed enough, and it needs to be, okay? Empress reversed. Again, America, and she's married to someone who's dominating her, and there's a third party here, right? Third party interest. The Empress reverse is in the position of how Trump is going to be reacting to this event and these energies, right? Because I feel like it's also talking about Manafort will be sentenced, and I feel like he's just going to have to accept his sentence, right? There's no real defense. But it all might be a show, a manipulative show. Huh, interesting. But let's go back to the Empress reverse. The Empress is when she's upright, she talks about life. She's birth. She gives life. So when she's reversed, she's the antithesis of life. She's death. So if this is in Trump's energy of how he wants to act or react, or how he will act or react, this is basically saying Trump wants to kill kill this woman, kill this energy, literally or figuratively. He wants to kill that bitch. He wants to kill that dirty betrayer or liar. Could be Manafort too, right? Again, literally or figuratively, this is just a card reading, not accusing anyone of murder or wanting to murder someone. But that's what the cards are alluding to. He's so mad he could kill that person, right? He wants to take away this person's life. He wants to ruin them utterly. And this anger is definitely, I feel, directed at a woman, because the Empress is a feminine energy, and this is a highly feminine energy, the Queen of Wands. So he's going to be calling this person out their name, all kinds of ugly names, and he will be very focused on this person's next move, right? Trying to guess what their next move is going to be with Seven of Cups, and also using the Seven of Cups energy to distract America from the performance, from the show, from the reality show he put on for us, right? And he's confused. Trump is confused about what to do about this energy, Omarosa, or about Manafort. He's confused about what to do other than killing them. He's overloaded with stress, and especially he's overloaded by this overwhelming woman. I clarified this overwhelming woman, the Empress, with the reconciliation reversed. Came out reversed, actually, but I wanted you to see it upright. So these are friends who made up, but these are friends who are, they're no longer friends. So reconciliation reversed, this is means that Trump is going to make an effort to block or prevent others, Manafort or Omarosa, from interviewing. It doesn't have to be just Manafort. It could be someone else. He's going to be making efforts to block or prevent energies from interviewing, and basically, see how her veil is blowing up? I could just kind of felt like it was saying blowing her cover, blowing his cover. He wants to prevent someone from blowing his cover, blowing his, revealing his lies and his deceit and his dirty relationship, dirty affair with Putin. Okay, so I feel like Trump is going to be acting out and striking out at whoever his enemies are, accusing them of hypocrisy, accusing them of falsehood and injured pride, and that's the reason why they're telling lies on him, while they're telling stories on him. He's saying, don't believe them, believe me. Now the Seven of Cups is where this is all headed. In this card, they had a wild night, right? They had a lot of, dirty sex, but he didn't want to marry her. Anyway, I just like explaining the cards because they're fun to me. But the Seven of Cups here is, I think, saying that Trump is going to be actively creating illusions and distractions, so that he can get what he wants, so that he can rewrite the narrative of the reality show we're watching. I confirmed or clarified Seven of Cups, and I got La Amante. She looks into this obscured piece of jewelry to look at herself, but it's opaque. She can't see herself clearly, right? It's muddy. It's foggy. It's not a clear reflection. So this is what he's wanting to do. He's wanting to he's wanting to make it so people don't understand what's going on, or to confuse them as much as possible, to obscure and to cloud the American vision of what's really going on, right? Of what this bald-headed dude is doing. and to confuse them about the motivations of the people doing the accusations, including the government, including the prosecution, right? The justice system, and as well as Omarosa. He's wanting to create that energy of, it's they're just being vengeful. They don't want the Republicans to stay on top. They want the Republicans to fall off their rope, right? Or they don't want me to stay on top. They want me to fall. So they're just doing this out of revenge. That's how he's going to color it, so that people don't see the truth. And that's just another scheme of Trump. So I asked one more question. I asked the cards, is what Omarosa or Brennan or Manafort accusing, I guess what I want to say is what Omarosa and Brennan accusing Trump of going to in any way affect how the GOP and Trump, maybe even Trump's base, which I doubt, but maybe the GOP will see Trump and whether or not they will continue to back him. And I got the dark-haired man reversed. So this could be in relation to Trump's son, John Jr., as a character. It could be someone else. But it could, it makes me think of him. But it could also be reflecting the character of Trump. Someone who's very arrogant, Trump or Donald Trump Jr., someone who's very arrogant, who lacks character, and is not trustworthy. Basically, this person, represented by this card, is guilty, and they make false promises. This person is a traitor, and they're very immature. They act like a child. So I think that this means in the future, some of the GOP will begin to realize and pull their head out of their ass, out of their greedy ass, and realize and see the truth that Trump is a traitor. They know that Trump is a traitor, but they'll finally admit that, some of them. And I also think that this is in reference to Don Jr. himself, that he's going to be accused of being a traitor, of conspiracy with the enemy, with Russia. I think this is coming very soon. It maybe this week, right? It's fast news coming in. And because I say that because the Empress can also be an energy of someone who's trying to protect those that they love, right? So, interesting. We shall see. So next I want to spread the cards a little bit more over here. Give me a minute, just for the sake of space. Next event we've got is represented by the Eight of Wands. We have the Eight of Wands reversed. This is upright, and this is reversed. We have the Devil reversed. This is upright. Always looks like Giuliani to me, a little demon. This is the Emperor card. Looks like to me like sloppy Steve Bannon. Could also be, any authority figure, someone in power like Trump, Giuliani. Could also represent governmental institutions, head of organizations, head of the mafia, head of the FBI, head of the CIA, any head of an organization, right? And then we have the Strength card reversed. Okay. So the event, who or what it might involve, how Trump is going to react, and where this is headed, right? Eight of Wands reversed. Someone is frustrated by holdups or delays in communication or in news. They want to hear about something, and they want to receive some news, and they may want to force someone to free them or liberate them from a toxic situation or person or prison. They want release. They want to transform their situation. They want change. Or they may want to bully and force change, right? But the situation is delayed or blocked and it's causing frustration. Something is pending. It's up in the air. We're waiting, right? Maybe it could even be, for me, the Eight of Wands is a written report. It's a letter. It's a text. It's some kind of a written report, and that could be what's causing frustration, or some kind of holdup or delay. This could be involving the Manafort trial. This could be involving government institutions, the Emperor here, or this could be involving releasing someone from a toxic situation or a prison stay or some sort of situation that they feel tied and bound and chained to. And it's been going on for a while, right? And they want release. They want to be freed, right? So I clarified this Eight of Wands, and I got the wedding card reverse. So this could be referring to Papadopoulos. He no longer wants to communicate, right? He doesn't. This is a card of non-communication or blocked communication, or poor communication. So he's frustrated, and he's very unhappy about some news that he's received. He wants to break free from the investigation. He wants to break free from being tied up, from being bound. This has gone on for like, what, a year? He no longer wants to be obedient to the investigation. He feels ruined by Trump, however. He feels his existence has been ruined. So why would he want to not cooperate with the special counsel if he feels this way about Trump? I don't know. Perhaps he feels he's been threatened, or his wife has been threatened, because he's had a change of heart. And this change of heart will have the effect of not only blurring his testimony and maybe any evidence that he's already given to the special counsel. So this is a very insidious, cunning, devious tactic, maybe on the part of Giuliani. Give it up to Giuliani. A semi-intelligent move? Wow. But it could definitely undermine the investigation by tampering with Papadopoulos' credibility. I mean, he's already guilty, but now he's turning on the ones he's agreed to help. So he's doubly guilty. That doesn't look good. So his credibility is pretty much shot. I want to return. He wants to return to the favor of Trump, despite the toxic effect that Trump has on his life or on his marriage, right? But not really understanding why that is exactly. So I clarified the devil, and I got the fright card reversed, which means that something positive has transformed into something negative. So again, I do feel like this is talking about Papadopoulos and his changing his mind about cooperating with the special investigation. So I asked why. Why is he doing this? Because it's not only going to be destructive to the investigation, but it's going to be destructive to him. And I got the visit card. So he received some kind of, because of the cards associated with it, he received some kind of news. It was news he wasn't happy with. It was bad news for him. And I clarified that because I don't really understand. And I got Suspiri, which is telling me that he's suffering from great anxiety and worry about his future, or the future of a woman, which could be, his wife. So at this time, he's very misguided. See how the arrow is crooked? He's misguided in changing his way and changing his mind about cooperating. And the result is he will miss an opportunity. And perhaps the only hope he really had, because the other option or hope is misguided and unrealistic. But I'm confused by the whole Papadopoulos situation. I've heard, just briefly, and I can't seem to get any more information on it right now, that he's looking at a sentence of 6 months. I mean, how could that be something that you can't do time on, So it must be that he feels threatened for his wife's future or his own future, and that must be what has happened. That's the conclusion I have come to. So someone is looking for ways or alternative solutions to detour around these delays or blocks, and to get or to avoid communication, or to get the communication, get the communication that they're wanting. All right, it works both ways. On another note, I feel like someone will be charging ahead and forcefully trying to bully, because for me the strength card reverse is always a bully. It's a pimp card. It's an abusive card, right? Someone is being abused or using abusive tactics with the strength reverse, because they're very insecure, and the truth of it is that they're very insecure. So I feel like this could be meaning together that someone could be charging ahead soon to force or to bully, and to force or to bully the investigation to release their report, so that they can know, they can release their client, right, from this toxic investigation, in their words. And also someone could be wanting to force, to block someone from communicating by using intimidation, by using threats. And that could be on the like a mob type of intimidation or threats, and that could be on Papadopoulos, right? So I feel like this is talking about the efforts of Giuliani, Giuliani and Trump, like I said, wanting to force Mueller to finish up his report, reveal what he knows. But there's a lot going on here. There's a lot of distractions in this energy, a lot of distractions to try and shift American focus and to pollute the investigation, and as much as possible. Now let's talk about the Emperor. The Emperor, for me, can represent not only Trump or, Sloppy Bannon, but it could also represent the head of organizations, head of the mafia, head of the FBI, head of the CIA, or former heads, right? Brennan, Comey. All right, so somehow the head of government organizations is going to come into play here, but this is in the position of what Trump is focusing on and what Trump is going to be reacting to or acting on. Sorry, I've got my fan on. Let me turn the fan off. Okay, I apologize for that. So, so Trump may be planning on making a power play over these energies, over the what I told you this could represent. Trump himself, because this is his action, his reaction, may be planning to make a power play over these people and these institutions that they represent, to try and force and bully and intimidate them, and even to force, maybe even arrest or raid someone, raid a particular person, or raid these institutions, right? So I clarified this Emperor card, and I got two cards fell out. I got the Protector, and I got the Protector reverse and the Angry Woman. So the Angry Woman could be Omarosa, and it could be representing Trump's energy. This is someone who's mad, and cannot be appeased. Either way, they're pissed off. Either way, they can't be appeased, and they're acting wild and crazy, and they're going for blood, right? Like a crazy person. And they're fighting dirty. They're just flailing about in any way that they can, to express their energy, to express their repressed rage. So, being Trump's energy, he's angry and he won't be appeased, and he's going to be, like I said, acting out wildly, quite nastily, and fighting dirty like a crazed person against Omarosa, maybe wanting her arrested, and I further clarified and I got the footman, right? So I feel like Trump is going to be calling on his little man. This is little man energy. So Jeff Sessions, to arrest Omarosa or to raid these institutions, to bully and to manipulate or to threaten Omarosa or these institutions, right? FBI, CIA, and their heads or their whoever work for them. But I feel like Jeff Sessions will be unwilling or reluctant to carry out those commands because they're crazy. And it's obviously an abuse of power and an abuse of the position, right? So I feel like Sessions, in all his unworthiness, will in some way be standing in the way of Trump really acting out what he wants to act out. Now let's talk about the Strength card. I hope that this video goes up because I filmed it last night. I filmed it on Sunday, the 20th, and it would not go up. And I literally tried to put it up 4 times, and it would not go up. So hopefully this one will get up to you guys, because this is the last time I'm going to record it. Strength reversed. Where this is all headed and why will... The Strength reverse talks about being weak, lacking confidence. So maybe let's talk about the Papadopoulos defense. I think that this card is saying that his actions, these actions, these events are going to weaken his defense, but it could also weaken the investigation through polluting his testimony or any evidence that he gives, because it affects his credibility that he's such a wishy-washy type of individual. So there'll be a lack of confidence in Papadopoulos. And also this card talks about a lack of confidence growing in our institutions because of the tactics, the dirty tactics, the bullying tactics, and the nasty actions that have already been carried out by Trump against the FBI, against the CIA, against the justice system, against former heads and current heads, and anyone who's basically standing up for Brennan. I think Trump wants to act out some more revenge. This is a card of revenge, right? This is also a card of conspiring with the enemy, and it is a clarifier of Trump's energy. So you do the math. Trump is a traitor. No doubt about it. Okay, so the institutions, there's going to be more lack of confidence in the institutions. I mean, he's obviously having some kind of effect. There are people, I guess, mainly within his base, that their lack of confidence in our justice institutions are growing stronger. But this is all clearly an abuse of power by Trump and will be used against him later when he goes to trial. Because it's all just proof of that. So, I clarified this Strength card reverse, and I got the Enemy card reversed, okay? I just want you to look at him upright. Alright, real shifty dude. He's a snake. He's covering his own ass. He's doing something behind your back. Reverse, this is a really bad card. When this card shows up, anything, really negative could happen. Terrorist attack can happen when this card is reversed. So it means that the enemy is about to strike, about to make his move. It also means, it could be saying that, Trump is about to make a move against his enemies, or vice versa. It's also a card of exacting revenge. So I feel like with the report, or maybe written report or written list, there's an enemies list, right, that Trump wants to enact and put into to force into action, right? But this enemies list is actually going to work against him. Like I said, it will just prove his abuse of power. There will be losses along the way before all this pans out. But there is a threat of death for someone here. That could be Omarosa, could be Papadopoulos, could be his wife, could be Manafort. There's a threat, a literal threat of death or violence for someone. And there is some kind of enemy attack foretold coming up in the future. The enemy is about to strike. This could be on our elections. It could be an actual foreign or even domestic terrorist attack. I can't tell you for sure. Just know that the energy is here and it's a possibility. Someone becomes a target of Trump's hostility and treachery. They could be becoming the target of a mafia hit or some other kind of damaging terrorist attack, right? Terrorist attack doesn't always have to be a bomb. It could be a cyber attack. It could be, to ruin one's reputation. Any sort of, when you inflict terror upon someone, you keep them in fear. That's a terrorist attack. But it says that plots and schemes are going to be uncovered. These plots and schemes will be uncovered, and that's why I know that falsity says that these plots and schemes will be uncovered, and the enemy will suffer a downfall before they're able to complete or carry out their attacks. Their plots and schemes will be uncovered. Okay? So we have to take heart in that. So again, I can't say that all of this will manifest this week, but the seeds are planted this week. So let's go on to the last event that is being called out, that God, the universe, wants me to share with you. Let me just move my camera a little bit so you can see. All right, so we've got the moon. We've got the Eight of Cups. Actually, the Eight of Cups is reversed. Again, I told you I recorded this last night, and I couldn't, and the film would not upload. So I had to recreate the layout. So we got Moon, the Eight of Cups reversed, the Ten of Pentacles reversed, and the King of Wands. So the Moon is the event, and it talks about secrets, deception, danger, cover-ups, right? Ten of Pentacles in this deck for me is a cover-up. These men are covering something up, and they're involved with shady financial deals, right? So maybe the cover-up is going to come out. Because it's reversed. The stability, the moon, could also be referring to, Ten of Pentacles, the stability and security of someone. This someone could be a particular person. It could also be referring to the country of America itself. The stability and security of the country is uncertain and could be in danger, as well as the stability and security of Trump, because this would be in Trump's position of what he's going to be doing and how he's going to be acting out the Ten of Pentacles, okay? So I'm just kind of briefly going through this, and then I'll go a little bit deeper. So someone is going to be sweeping house here. We got the King of Wands with this broom. So this is in this deck, this is my fixer card, because this person's cleaning up a mess. This could be representing Trump, could be representing Russia, Putin, could be representing Cohen, could be representing the Republicans, because for me, King of Wands is always a red card, even though it's not particularly red in this deck. It's still a red card for me. Okay? So, someone is sweeping house, trying to get rid of saboteurs, or they are expressing vehemently their feelings with much passion, but their feelings that they are expressing are deeply dark and hidden and full of treachery. So, let's break it down. The Moon card, I clarified with the Waiting card reversed. Someone is trying to shade or cover up their money dealings, tax evasions, other money crimes, and possibly maybe some sort of underage pedophilia or something like that. Okay? I'm just telling you what the cards say. Someone's trying to cover that up. And they are purposely obscuring and blurring facts. And there's things going on behind the scenes. There's an energy of being unable to... we could be talking about someone else now. We could be talking about Cohen. We could be talking about Putin. We could be talking about Trump. We could be talking about the Republicans. But there's an energy of someone who is trying to shade or cover up for someone. And they are purposely obscuring or blurring facts. Maybe they're unable to remember or to recall specific facts. They could be hiding documents or evidence, refusing to communicate or to share true feelings or to share the truth, acting in a stubborn way that is they feel imposed upon, and they may refuse to cooperate. So, wow, I wonder, could that be Cohen? Because I thought Cohen wanted to cooperate, but maybe Cohen will be just fooling us. Maybe, I don't know. The sick man is telling me that someone is really uneasy. Again, it could be any of these individuals that I refer to. They feel uneasy and they have a lot of unrest. It could also be referring to America itself. We've lost a lot of money. We're in heavy debt. They've lost a lot of money. They're in heavy debt. And they've lost their peace of mind and sense of security. Okay, it could be any of us. Us, America, Trump, Cohen, Putin, and Republicans, maybe. I'm not feeling Republicans so strongly here, but I have to put that in for the red. So, the Eight of Cups here, reversed. Upright, this is someone who is leaving town. They're on a train. They're thinking about everything that they've left behind, that they loved, that they thought would work out, right? But hey, it didn't bring him the satisfaction he needed. He's got to roll. But here reversed, he can't roll. He can't roll out. There's no fleeing. There's no escape. They're going to have to stay. There is something that compels them to stay. It could be legal, legal action that is compelling them to stay, but they can't get away from this situation as much as they would like to. Again, this could be referring to Trump or Cohen. Maybe it's referring to a Russian oligarch, because this could be an oligarchs, or one in particular. Maybe there's going to be someone new coming in this week, a Russian oligarch that is going to be featured around this event. We'll have to see. So whoever this is, whoever this King of Wands is representing, right? And I won't keep saying it again. You guys know who I'm saying it might be. They are a fixer. They may be trying to fix or clean up the situation on their own. They are scared shitless, right? They're scared and worried, full of anxiety. And it's just a matter of time. The waiting is almost over, because it's reversed. It's just a matter of time before the secrets come out. Before the cover-up is revealed. So I feel like someone is maybe lying or holding back information, because I clarified this Eight of Cups, and I got the letter card reversed, right? So this Eight of Cups is receiving a notice or a summons or an indictment, okay? I'm careful now with indictment. Usually when indictment is coming, it comes with the Judgment card. I don't see the Judgment in the spread, but there is still a possibility it could be indictment, but I feel like it's more like a summons or subpoena. Could also be representing evidence, giving over evidence, right? So this person who wants to leave but can't has to give evidence, or is receiving a summons or subpoena to give evidence, right? But they want to reject and they want to refuse that. They don't want to comply. This could be talking about Trump here. Or the evidence that they give could be end up refused or rejected because it's a lie, or it's not it's not the whole truth, right? So I feel like Cohen might be holding something back, or not giving the whole truth, claiming he can't recall, or there may be some evidence that he's destroyed, or so there's something like that. There's something going on that's shady. Even with Cohen, Cohen is not being forthright. Even if he does cooperate, there's something I feel he's still hiding. So this letter reverse is referring to that. And again, either it's referring to possibly an indictment, but most likely a subpoena or a summons. And whoever is getting this, whether it be Trump, Cohen, Putin, I doubt if it'll be Putin, or a Russian oligarch, they want to escape, but they can't. It's time to deliver what you promised you wanted to deliver. It's time to deliver what you promised you were going to deliver. Okay, you see how that plays out for both Cohen and Trump? They've both been saying they want to cooperate and talk to special counsel. It's time. I think someone's going to get a summons this week, or very shortly, before the end of the month. Interesting. Let's talk about the Ten of Pentacles. Oh, and I clarified this letter card, and I got the reunion, which is a card about setting up an appointment, setting a date to meet, and to, like I said, deliver on your promises that you made. And share with me, and be closer to me, and share with me. That's what this card means. So let's talk about Ten of Pentacles reverse. This is Trump's energy, and what his reaction to all of this, these events, and who this involves will be. So Trump is very insecure. He's an insecure bully, and he feels threatened. The stability and security of his empire is threatened. His work, his job is threatened. So he's very uneasy. He's very uneasy and scared shitless. The Moon. Ten of Pentacles reversed foretells the end of business, the end of someone's job, the end of being able to provide, the end of one's livelihood, financial drain, debt, family dysfunction, lack of support from one's loved ones or family. This could also be representing the Republican Party, right? As well as oligarchs, as well as Trump's actual family, So Trump feels unsupported. There's heavy dysfunction in his operation, and this is foretelling the end of that, right? Trump feels undermined, and he will be getting a lot of negative attention. His operation, his party, his connections with these oligarchs is going to be coming to fore, and it's going to be giving him a lot of negative attention. His taxes, where he gets his money from, his family business, it's all going to be getting a lot of attention, and as a result, he's going to be making a lot of noise, vehemently protesting or passionately trying to distract, making a lot of noise. When I get this card, like before I go to work, if I lay some cards and I get the Ten of Pentacles reverse, I know it is going to be a very noisy day. I'm going to have trouble concentrating. There'll probably be a lot of people talking around me when I'm trying to focus. So this is a card of a lot of noise and distraction, and that's what Trump is going to be doing to distract from this truth coming out, these secrets, and to distract from sharing with Mueller, or Cohen sharing with Mueller, okay? And what is being shared about Trump's finances, about Trump's shady dealings with oligarchs, about Trump's use of a fixer to create loophole contracts, and where he got his money to fund his businesses and his buildings, his basically. So I feel like Cohen is going to be sharing some of that, but he's going to be withholding something too. It is what it is. That's what I see right now for Cohen. I feel like he's lying a little bit. He's trying to still hold something back. So whether this is Trump or Cohen or someone else, I feel like this person or these persons is in heavy debt. And also could be referring to America as well. But this person is in heavy debt. Heavy debt because of Trump. Heavy debt to Trump. Heavy debt to Russia. Heavy debt because of Russia. Heavy debt is in heavy debt to Cohen, or is in heavy debt because of Cohen. You follow me? Right? They're in heavy debt. And this goes back years. The Ten of Pentacles is a long past history. It's ancient history. It's a long time. And it's years of time that this has been going on. So in regards to Trump, his longtime secrets, Cohen and Putin, his association with Cohen and Putin and Russia is going to affect and undermine his job. And for Cohen, in regards to Cohen, his association with Trump, the oligarchs, tax evasion and all that, basically he's going to lose everything. He can't escape that. He can't escape that. Okay? As much as he would like to hold something back, he's not going to be able to escape that. And in regards to Putin, if this is Putin that we're talking about here, and we could be talking about all three of them, right? Okay? My cards work like that. His secrets, he will continue to keep his secrets. Putin will continue to lie. And he will be watching very closely with a side eye as all this shit goes down, and be actually pretty entertained. It's quite humorous for him. So, and I clarified the Ten of Pentacles reverse, and I got La Alegria, which is the happiness card. I love this card because there's so much intrigue. They're celebrating the rise of this man, but look, they're secretly talking behind his back. They're envious, or they're maybe planning to overthrow him later down the road. So there's treachery in this card. So this clarifies the friend and family of, including the oligarchs, including the Republicans, including Trump's actual family. This clarifies this energy that those who once supported you, helped you rise, are now secretly convening behind your back. So there's plots and schemes. There's being secretly convened behind Trump's back by his own party, by his own family, okay, that he doesn't know about. And that's may not come out in the news. That's what the cards are sharing with you guys through me, right? So, oh, but by the way, if I told you, please join me on Patreon. In the future, I may not be giving you full videos. You may just get partial videos, but if you want the full detail, you get a lot of detail in my readings. If you want the full detail, just join me on Patreon. It's only $5 a month, and then you'll have access to all my videos, and nothing will be partial. And there will be some videos that are just exclusive, like the Omarosa video that I put out last week. It's real juicy, so don't forget to join me on Patreon, okay? Or if you'd like to donate and support the channel, please hit the donate button on the home page. So let's get back to finishing up this reading. The King of Wands. I already told you who this represented, or who it could represent, many times. I clarified the King of Wands, and I got the surprise consolation and the messenger from La Vera Sibilla. So a surprise out of the blue is coming towards one or all of these men in the upcoming, before the end of the month, or very shortly. It may take a little longer, give or take a week or two, but there's a surprise coming out of the blue, and surprise could be a summons, a subpoena, or some evidence and proof coming out about the connections, the illegal connections, and the bad dealings, and all that. I told you this represents. This is going to be especially newsworthy information. Things are about to rapidly change. Things are about to rapidly change. So that's my reading for you guys. I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope that you found it insightful and entertaining. And thank you for your support. Thank you for your feedback. Thank you for joining me on Patreon. And I wish you well. Peace be to you all, and God bless. Thank you.